Hi loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today my name is Usetale. If you're new here, this is the first time you are coming across any of my videos. Thank you so much for stopping by. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I made this beautiful A-line dress with ruffles at the end. If it looks like a tutorial you're interested in, keep on watching and let's get started. Been trying to change what I've been trying to say. So guys, for the making of the dress, I'm going to be making use of this red crepe fabric. I have it to be 1 yard. I'm going to be managing the 1 yard. If you are buying fabric in market, you should buy nothing less than 1.5 yards, okay? I'm also going to be making use of this net for the ruffles at the end, and I'll be making use of this invisible zipper as well. So these are the fabrics I'm going to be making use of. These are the body measurements that you're going to be needing to be able to sew this dress. Now to sew the dress, I'm going to first of all cut it out. I'll be cutting directly on my fabric, okay? So just go ahead and place these two ends of your fabric. You're going to place it together like this. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? Then you place it on your table. So what I did right now is I folded my fabric into two. Now I'm going to take this other end and I'm going to fold it on top of it just like this. So what I did right now is I folded this fabric into four so that I'll be able to cut both the front and the back pieces at the same time. You will notice that I didn't place it to be exactly the same. I gave it about 1 inch here, which is going to be for the zipper allowance on the back piece. So now to cut this out, I'll just rule a line here, which is going to serve as the shoulder line. Now I'm going to go ahead to take the length. So I'll place the tape on the shoulder line, then I will measure to the bust line. I'm going to take it all the way to the waistline. Then I will take the hip line. I'm going to go ahead to take the full length of the dress. I'm making use of full length of 36 inches and you can see my fabric is 37 inches. The extra 1 inch is going to be for the hem allowance. I'm just going to go ahead now to rule the lines out just the way you see me doing. So guys, after ruling the lines, this is it. Here is the shoulder line, the bust line, the waistline and the hip line. Now I'm going to go ahead to come to the shoulder line here. I will take the shoulder measurement divided by 2. I'm going to be adding extra ½ inch to it for the sewing allowance. You know we are cutting directly on fabric. Now on that mark, I will come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Here, I will take 3 inches for my neck width. You can see all my measurements, I'm taking it from the front piece, not from the zipper allowance, okay? So take 3 inches for your neck width. Then I'm going to go ahead to connect my shoulder slope just like this. After you are done doing that, now at the end here, you will come down by your round bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5 for your armhole depth. So whenever I do that, I have 7.5. I just marked the 7.5 and you're going to rule it out just the way you see me doing. So after doing that, now you're going to come here and you will take your round bust measurement divided by 4. So from that mark, I'm going to be adding extra ½ inch to it for ease. Add extra ½ inch to it for ease. Then I will add extra 1 inch to it for the sewing allowance. After you are done marking it out like that, you're going to come to this straight line here. You're going to divide what you have into 2. Now from this mark that you just made, you will go in by ½ inch. Now you're going to go ahead to create your armhole. So first of all, use your straight ruler to connect from the top to the point there. Then you're going to use your curve ruler to connect from this last point to meet this other point, just the way you see me doing. After you are done doing that, now you're going to come to the hip line here. Remember it is an A-line dress, okay? So you will come to the hip line and you will take your round hip measurement divided by 4. So my round hip measurement divided by 4 is here. I'll be adding extra 1.5 inches to it for ease. If you have more fabric or if you want yours to be wider, you can add extra 2 to 3 inches. Then you add extra 1 inch to that for the sewing allowance. So after you're done doing it like that, you're going to go ahead to connect. So connect from the point here to meet this other point. Then you're going to connect it all the way to the end. You can see. So guys, after you are done connecting like this, now it's time to draw out the neckline. So for the neck width, I told you I'm going to make use of 3 inches neck width. Then the neck depth of the front, I will also make use of 3 inches. Now I'm going to go ahead to use my curve ruler to create a round neckline. Now for the neck depth of the back, I'll come down by 1 inch for the neck depth of the back. Then I will also create a round neckline just like this. So guys, this is it for the neckline. After you're done doing that, go ahead and cut it out.
Been trying to change what I've been trying to say. Words don't come straight from my head to my mouth.
So guys, after you're done cutting it out, you're just going to go ahead and rule a line where the zipper allowance is. So guys, this is it. This is what you're going to have. So the front and the back pieces are ready. So just mark out the wrong faces so that you won't mess it up while you're working. So this is what you're going to have after you're done cutting them out, guys. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to modify the neckline of the front. So I'll just come down by about 4.5 inches. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut it. You remember that it has rope, okay? So just cut it down by about 4.5 or 5 inches. So that is it for the neckline of the front. Now I'm going to be cutting facing for the neckline, okay? So I'm just going to bring these pieces of fabric. I'll just fold it together like this. Then I'm going to bring the front piece. I'll place it on it just like this, guys. After you are done arranging everything well, then you're going to go ahead to cut it out. So just follow the neckline and also the shoulder line. Then you're also going to cut it to get to where the cut on the fabric is. Then go ahead and just curve it out just the way you see me doing. So there's no measurement for this. You're just going to use your free hand to do this. So guys, you can see what I have now. This is what I'm going to be using to turn the neckline of the front. I'm also going to be cutting the same thing out for the back piece. So I'll just fold this other one into two as well. Then I'm going to bring the back piece. I'll just place it on it just like this. Then go ahead and trace out the neckline and also the shoulder. Now you're going to remove your fabric and just cut it out just like this. So guys, after cutting, divide it into two. So this is what I'm going to be using for the facing of the neckline of the back as well. So guys, after I was done doing that, I went ahead to cut out these two long pieces that I'm going to be using for the rope in front. I have it to be 19 inches long and it is 1.25 inches wide, okay? I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine. I will fold it like this and I'm just going to sew it down. I'll do the same thing to the other one. Then after I'm done doing that, I'm going to turn the neckline. So these pieces that I cut for the turning of the neckline, so this is for the front and these other ones are for the back. I'm going to take them to the sewing machine. I'm just going to go ahead and hem it round. So just go ahead and hem it round like this. And you're going to do the same thing to the back pieces. Go ahead and hem them round. So that's what I'm going to do right now. This is what I had after I was done doing that, guys. You can see I've hemmed it round and I did the same thing to the back pieces. Now I'm going to use them to turn the neckline of my fabric. To do that, I'm just going to take the front piece. You can see what I have, guys. The first thing I will do is to place the rope on it. So at the end here, I'm just going to place one of the rope and I will stitch it down. I will do the same thing to this other end, place it on it and stitch. Then after you are done stitching, you place this fabric on it, the right sides facing each other. Can you see what I did? Then you're going to take it to the sewing machine. You're just going to sew the neckline just like this. You can see. So after doing that, you will do the same thing to the back pieces. So just take the back pieces like this. You're going to place this on it, making sure that the right sides are facing each other. You will sew it down. Then you will do the same thing to this other side. So guys, after I was done sewing as I demonstrated, I flipped it to the right side and I ironed it out very well. You can see what I have now. It came out so clean. So from the front, this is what you're going to have it looking like. Can you see, guys? So just go ahead and tie it up like this. And you're going to have it looking like this. So this is the neckline of the front. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to join the back pieces together. To do that, I'm just going to place them together like this. Then I'm going to take it to the sewing machine. I'll be sewing the zipper allowance area. The first thing I will do now is to mark out where my zipper is going to be. So from the neckline, I'll just measure down about 18 inches, which is going to be for my zipper. Now I'm going to go ahead and join from this mark down. Then this other area here, I'm going to be fixing my zipper to it. So just go ahead and fix your zipper, then join it down like that. This is what I had after I was done doing as I demonstrated, guys. So I joined it and I fixed the zipper. So when you open it up, you have it looking like this. It is an invisible zipper, so you cannot see the zipper from the front. Now guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to join the shoulders. Okay, I'm just going to place the front piece on the back piece just like this. So make sure that the right sides are facing each other. Then you're going to take the shoulder of the front, you place it on the shoulder of the back, but make sure to open it up. Can you see what I use in turning the back neckline? You use it and cover it up just like this. Can you see what I did, guys? Then take it to the sewing machine and sew it down. You will do the same thing to the other shoulder. This is what you are going to have after you are done joining the shoulder as I demonstrated, guys. Can you see what I have now? Now the next thing I'm going to do is to use hemming gum to gum the facing to my fabric. To do that, I'm just going to place it on my towel like this. Then I will loosen this up. I'm going to place hemming gum inside of it to use and gum it. So just take a reasonable amount of hemming gum, place it inside of it like this. Can you see what I'm doing? So just make sure to arrange it inside very well. Then after you are done doing that, you use your hot iron to iron it down. So this is going to gum the facing to your fabric, okay? Then you're going to do the same thing to this other side. Place hemming gum inside of it. Arrange it very well. Then go ahead and iron it. After doing it to the front part, you're going to do the same thing to the back part as well.
Been trying to change what I've been trying to say. Words don't come straight from my head to my mouth. It's such a shame that it fell out of place. Was never me.
So guys, after you are done ironing, this is what you're going to have it looking like. Can you see? So just go ahead and tie up the rope again, and you're going to have it looking like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to turn the armhole. Okay, to do that, I'm going to bring these pieces of fabric that I have cut out. They are long enough to go around the armhole, and they are 2.5 inches wide. I'm just going to go ahead and sew it on the armhole like that. Then I will do the same thing to this other side. So just go ahead and sew it round the armhole. So guys, after I was done sewing as I demonstrated, this is what you're going to have it looking like. The next thing I'm going to do now is to cut it. I'll just make cuts on it like a little notch. Don't cut it up to the thread, but just notch it round the way you see me doing. Can you see? So after you are done notching it like that, you're going to take it back to your sewing machine. Then you are going to fold it like this. So just go ahead and fold it like this. Then you're going to top stitch it. So make sure that the fold is not showing in front. Can you see, guys? Make sure it's not showing in front. Then go ahead and top stitch it. Then you do the same thing to this other side. This is what I had after I was done top stitching, guys. Can you see how clean and how flat it came out? If you have cutting bias, it will be easier to use cutting bias to do that, okay? So after I'm done doing that now, the next thing I'm going to do is to join the sides together. So just place the side together like this. Go ahead and join it using 1 inch, and you're going to do the same thing to this other side, okay? Then after you are done doing that, you will hem the ends of it. So just go ahead and hem it round. This is what I had after I was done joining the two sides. Can you see, guys? So I joined it down and I did the same thing here. I also hem the down part. So after I was done doing all that, I iron it out very well, and this is what you're going to have it looking like. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to bring the net that I'm going to be using for the ruffles at the end. I'm going to, place it on my table like this. So you're going to fold it into two. You can see that my net is folded into two. So just go ahead and fold it into two like that and cut out this rough edge. After you are done cutting it out, you're going to measure it. So I'm cutting it out using 2 inches, okay? So just measure 2 inches, then go ahead and cut it out just like this. So after cutting, you're going to cut as many as you can get. So just use that one to cut another one. Then go ahead to keep cutting. Just go ahead and keep cutting as many as you can cut, because we need them to be plenty to be able to go around the end of the dress. Okay, so guys, after I was done cutting them out, you can see I have quite a number of them. So this should be enough for the ruffles at the end of the dress. Okay, now I'm going to take it to the sewing machine to show you how we are going to do that. You can see, so I'm on the sewing machine now. I'm going to place the end of my fabric on the sewing machine just like this. Can you see? Then you're going to take the net. Remember, we cut it out on fold, okay? So it is doubled. You're just going to place it on the end of your fabric like this, and you're going to sew at the middle of it. So just go ahead and back stitch like this. So after you're done doing that, you're going to pleat it. You can see what I'm doing, guys. So just go ahead and pleat it and you will sew. So I'm sewing at the middle of the net fabric. So just go ahead and keep doing that. Watch very carefully what I'm doing. You're going to pleat your net, then you're going to sew on it. You can see. So this is what you're going to continue to do. You pleat it and you're going to sew, and you're going to do this until you are done sewing your net round the whole ends of your fabric.
was bringing you down. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more?
So guys, I'm done using the first one that I took. I'm going to take another one. You can see. So take another one like this, and you're going to place it on it, and you're going to continue to pleat. So that's how you are going to continue to keep sewing. So when it finishes, you take another one, continue from where it stops. So that's how you're going to do it until you are done, pleating it round the ends of your dress. This is what I had after I was done pleating the net fabric round the end of the dress. It came out so pretty, guys. It looks way more pretty on ground than on camera. So guys, this is it for the making of this dress. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.